Hey everybody, Mr. Lawrence here with Romeo and Juliet Act 3, Scene 5. This is the final scene in Act 3, and boy does it pack a lot. In this scene, remember in Scene 4, um, Capulet and Paris had planned that Juliet would have to marry Paris. And in scene 5, we have everybody breaking the news to Juliet. It starts with Lady Capulet, and she's like, "Daughter, we need to talk," and it doesn't go well. And then Lord Capulet pretty much beats up his daughter because he is enraged. To him, and this is something you need to understand about this time period, marriages were not just because you fell in love with somebody. It was a political marriage. It was, this would be good for our two families kind of a thing. Paris is a count, or a county is how, as I call him, but he's kind of a big deal, and the Capulets, they're kind of a big deal, and Juliet's their only daughter, so it's kind of a big deal that she married somebody important. They know nothing about Romeo. They know nothing that Romeo is married to Juliet. They know nothing that Romeo likes her. You would think that Lord Capulet would be a little more attentive because Romeo had been at the party. Remember, Tybalt had broken that news to Capulet, but he just thinks his daughter is just this perfect little angel in her little balcony. Anyway, in this scene, he loses it. This again is just after Juliet has her honeymoon. It's awkward. It's pretty much just the night. Romeo stays the night, and then he has to leave because here comes the nurse and Lady Capulet, and it's just very awkward. Um, let's see. Lady Capulet even threatens to send someone to Mantua to poison Romeo. She's so upset that this kid had killed Juliet's cousin Tybalt, uh, Lady Capulet's nephew Tybalt, and Juliet can't say, but he's my husband. So she's like, no, I'd rather die. I mean, she's very dramatic about how she responds. Um, this is really a sad scene because basically Juliet's family turns on her. It feels like she has no one she can trust. It feels like she has no one she can turn to, and that even includes the nurse. The nurse starts to say, "Listen, Juliet, maybe you rushed into your marriage with Romeo. Maybe you shouldn't have married him. Maybe you shouldn't have stayed the night with him." Um, and that's what Juliet's seeing here is she can't marry Paris. She's already married. That would be it's not the term polygamous, but it's similar. It's like a poly something, uh, where it's one woman, multiple husbands. Juliet, is not interested in that. She does not want to marry Paris, and she's going to go to drastic measures in Act 4. Hope you enjoyed this scene. This scene was quite long. There is a new study guide to go with this, and I just want you to see this is the version that I usually give students, and it has vocabulary and literary terms. And scene 5 alone has, let's see if I can show this. Scene 5 alone has something like 11 questions. The version you're getting is a little simpler. So enjoy that. I'd like to get those tomorrow at the latest because you will have an essay this week before we start Act 4. All right. Make sure if you haven't, make sure you watch the daily news thing from me on day 25. Be safe.